This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first, call your parents to say, I'm sorry. And then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee for your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Radio you can touch.
Oh, gasp, I'm so excited.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
As a high Bob Lutz, higher than a kite, my answer would be, no, man, I can't do it. Hey, man, I'm high.
Oh, shocking. Monstrous. Jeff Lutz.
Please, someone, at Bob Lutz, tell him how misguided he is.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
It's an excursion into the odd and into the very, very different.
Stand by for action.
Welcome back, hour number 2 of Bob and Jeff. Anthony, the big fella, in for Bob today. Anthony can barely contain himself over that promo, I guess.
Man.
Is that what we're laughing at?
Man, I'm trying to picture Bob high.
Do you have to picture it? Doesn't he kind of act like it on the daily, every single day? Doesn't some of the stuff that come out of his mouth make you say, is he high right now?
All I could,
who knows?
All I could do is I could just picture that song being played. I was going to do a radio show until I got high.
Yeah, well, he's been a big Afro Man fan for a long time, I think.
He's been eating them gummies, haven't he?
I can't speak to any of that. But, as far as I'm concerned, Bob is an upstanding citizen. And he'll be front and center tonight at McAdams Park. He and the Jackie Robinson statue, which will be unveiled tonight in just a couple hours, 3 hours almost.
I'm so proud of that
PM.
moment. I'm actually proud of that moment because of what they went through. I mean, the theft of the original one and to see all this coming back full circle. I mean, it couldn't happen to a better person.
Been an interesting week, or at least the last few days, weekend to carry over to Monday, Friday through Monday. Friday, Ricky Alderetti, who had pleaded guilty to several crimes, some, kind of more serious than the simple theft of the statue. He was sentenced to 15 years, which is serious stuff and not something to celebrate in any, circumstance.
Right.
But there's your justice, and hopefully now with the statue going back up, everyone can still heal, move on, and celebrate Jackie Robinson.
And Bob, he just seems pretty much like, he doesn't seem bitter. He's like really wishing the best for this man.
Seems like it, yes.
I mean, most people are like, well, whatever he gets, he deserves it, on and on. And Bob is just the total opposite. He said, I hope the man can get some help. He said, I would like to see him turn his life around. I mean, how many people do that? I mean, especially in a world where everybody wants vengeance.
Yeah, and who knows what that sentence will look like as Ricky Alderetti serves it, if he, makes an effort to better himself. I assume that he probably will. You hope that in however many years it is before he comes out that he's, reshaped and is a pillar for his family.
I could actually see Bob going to go visit that man, to get a gauge on his character as he's serving his time.
Yeah, they've spoken.
Right. And I could see if, he behaves himself while incarcerated, I could actually see Bob asking him to reduce his sentence. I could just see that for some reason.
Could happen. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that will all play out, but the statue is unveiled tonight. We saw it going across I-70 from Colorado here into the Wichita area. We've seen it go up. We've seen it, the concrete poured. We've seen it covered up, and now we'll see it uncovered tonight for the first time, hopefully the last and only time.
Right.
Let's just leave this one alone.
Yep.
That'd be the hope.
Right.
Regardless of what you might, just leave this one alone.
Leave this one alone.
I'm with you.
Back to what our parents taught us: if it isn't yours, don't touch it.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good lesson.
Yeah.
By the way, Anthony, the IHOP hotline is brought to you by IHOP. IHOP is excited to bring back its all-you-can-eat pancakes deal through September 15th. That's something you will partake in.
Do I look like I need some pancakes?
Everybody needs pancakes. I had pancakes just Saturday, and they were wonderful.
I'm glad you can enjoy them for me.
They were not
as
at
well, too.
IHOP, unfortunately. They were homemade pancakes.
So what does IHOP stand for?
You know what it stands for. It doesn't stand for anything anymore, but it's kind of like
Acronym.
KFC. It just is what it is. But it used to
KFC
stand
stands
for
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
not anymore. It's just KFC.
Yeah, have you seen the movie Coming to America? The barbershop scene?
Yeah, 40 years ago, it did stand for Kentucky Fried Chicken. It does not anymore.
When they said the boy mama named him Clay, so I'm going to call him Clay. So it stands for Kentucky Fried Chicken, so I'm going to call it Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It used to stand for International House of Pancakes. Now it's just IHOP.
That's the acronym. Just like, what's those words now? We don't say I don't know anymore. We say IDK.
Do we?
Right. IDK means I don't know.
I'm still an I don't know guy. I'm not really a internet shorthand. That whole thing missed me. I'm too old for internet shorthand, but I'm too young for the telegram. I don't know. I was kind of in between eras.
TTYL.
I talk to you later. I know what they all mean. I know what they all mean. I just don't use them because I'm not a child. Do you use them?
Sometimes I do, especially if someone texts me and they getting on my nerves. Talk to you later. BYE.
That's just bye. I texted you earlier, and you said okay, but you spelled it OKAY. You didn't even shorten that.
That's that spell checker. That's artificial intelligence.
Earlier, a while ago, you told me I could watch a WWE PLE. WWE, another one of those that doesn't stand for anything anymore.
World Wrestling Entertainment.
Not anymore. It's just WWE now. Look it up.
Well, I guess we can play this game, huh?
I mean, we can, but I don't think you can go on WWE's website. You will not see one single reference to World Wrestling Entertainment. You won't see it. It's not there.
Well, since we're talking WWE.
What is the brand? Is the brand World Wrestling Entertainment or is the brand WWE?
WWE.
Is the brand Kentucky Fried Chicken or is the brand KFC?
Here we go back to this KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, what do you go in there to get? You go in there to get fried chicken, right?
I go get the potato wedges. Isn't that what you get? Isn't that what everybody gets?
Yeah, sometimes, but I like the original recipe chicken.
What's different about it now? What did they change?
The original recipe.
I thought it was like 27 herbs and spices. Is that how many?
It might be more than that by now. They might have added some extras that they didn't tell us
Have you
about.
ever tried to replicate the herbs and spices and make your own Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Mm-mm.
Never?
Nope.
Why not?
Give me some slap your mama seasoning.
Is Kentucky Fried Chicken... I mean, wouldn't you... Is that really where you want to go for fried chicken? You personally, Anthony, is that your number one stop for fried chicken?
I don't have a preferred number one.
Well, give me a top five. Give me a Mount Rushmore of Wichita fried chicken stops.
I'm not going to let you put me on the spot like that.
This is what we do, Anthony. There's no backing out. When you are challenged, you accept the challenge.
My used to be go-to was Church's Chicken.
Is there still Church's Chicken?
Yeah, there's still Church's.
There's one by WSU, right? Or like on Hillside?
Yeah, one right there on, not on Hillside anymore. There's one right there on 13th and Oliver, right there on the corner.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had Church's.
They also had one out there on West Street. The big knock on Church's was they would say you go to Church's to get a piece of chicken and a bag of grease.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, if you don't mind the cholesterol, then you go for it.
Okay, so you have
eat it without feeling guilty.
You have every now and then. You probably shouldn't eat it every day.
No, you don't want to eat it every day. The fried okra, the apple turnover or apple pie, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So Church's was my go-to.
So that's your only one.
Back in the day,
You
until
do not have a Rushmore for this.
I wish we had a Grandy's in town. I miss Grandy's.
Grandy's was amazing.
Yeah.
How did we lose Grandy's of all places?
How did we lose Boston Market of all places?
Well, Boston
Or
Market
Boston
was
Rotisserie,
kind of
would
a
it-
chain. Grandy's sort of is, but Grandy's was home to a lot of people. That was us.
I was saddened though.
Tell me one thing that Grandy's made that wasn't the best.
Right. You couldn't find nothing bad.
Rolls, best. Green beans, the best.
I had one bad experience
Chicken
with
nuggets,
Grandy's.
the best.
I had one bad experience with Grandy's. And I was in Oklahoma City at this
Yeah,
particular
not
time.
here.
Right, not here, but I was in Oklahoma City about 5 years ago. The service was poor. The employees were poor. The food was cold. I was upset, and I wanted my money back.
That's not good. That's substandard. That's not what
it came
we
up on
expect.
Google to give a review, and I gave them a F plus.
Well, that's hard to do.
I typed it in.
Okay. 0 stars.
Well, you got to give them 1 star for some reason. I don't know why you got to give them a star. I said
1 star is a pretty bad look for everybody involved.
it should have been no star.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you could do no stars, probably that's what it would be.
Right.
I had a not so great. I went to Grandy's the last time was probably like 10 years ago in Texas.
How was it?
Average. Very average. Wasn't like I remembered. People let things slip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they shouldn't. There are not that many Grandy's left. They're only in Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. Have you ever had Bojangles?
I haven't had Bojangles.
That is a hole in your resume, Anthony. Best restaurant in the history of America.
You think so?
Best fried chicken, better than Grandy's. Better French fries than everybody. Better rolls. Yes, it's true. Believe it.
Okay. I'm not going to argue.
Nor should you. You've got your Dallas Cowboys jersey on. You've got
Yes.
your Dallas Cowboys hat on.
Yeah, I got my Emmett. Make sure you emphasize I have my
Yeah,
Emmett
I was
Smith
going to
jersey
emphasize
on.
that because I don't see a Dak jersey. I don't see a C.D. Lamb jersey. I don't even see a Jason Witten jersey. You're going way back. You're going to the days of when the Cowboys were an upstanding, proud franchise, and now they are there. They're there. That's about it.
We can expect 12-5 and a first-round playoff loss.
Does that do it for you?
And I
Is that
just-
enough for you?
and I
You're the
just-
Oklahoma State of the NFL.
I just ruffled my fellow Cowboy fans' feathers with that statement.
Don't
right
they
there.
know it? Shouldn't they already know that?
But who do we blame? Do we blame the quarterback or do we blame the team? I guess
I
the
don't know.
quarterback is the most important position, so everybody wants to get rid of Dak. But who do you turn to then? Trey Lance ain't ready.
Well, Dak's fine. I don't think there's a problem with Dak. And Lance isn't the guy. Lance will never be the guy. Dak is going to get paid. He's your quarterback. He's your quarterback now. He's your quarterback of the future. You're going to either do it with him or not. But he's just another one of several guys that have come and gone since Troy Aikman that have not been able to finish the job.
Then if we pay Dak, where does that leave Micah Parsons? Where does that leave C.D. Lamb?
You're not starting over.
See.
The Chiefs have made it work.
But, with Patrick Mahomes' contract, they kind of structured that to where they could get some pieces.
And why? And why did they do that?
Because they wanted to keep this train rolling.
And they wanted to what?
They wanted to work.
They wanted to win.
Right, win.
Does Dak
right.
want to win or does Dak want the money? First and foremost.
That's a good question.
I'm sure
Because,
he'll say he wants to win, but he hasn't signed the long-term deal yet.
And technically,
And he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league pretty soon.
Technically, he has one, just not the big one. If you look at his stats compared to Patrick Mahomes, they're equal, except for one thing. Patrick Mahomes has the rings, Dak doesn't. But then
Patrick
if you look
Mahomes is a winner.
But then if you look at the top 10 quarterback list on salaries, and you see Kyler Murray,
Jordan Love. Doesn't make any
but-
sense. Jordan Love's good.
but Jordan at least has won a playoff game. But
He has.
What has Kyler done?
He's done nothing.
Nothing.
But sometimes you either got to pay the guy that's good or blow it up. And the Cardinals have done both. They've blown it up and tried to pay their quarterback. So they got Marvin Harrison Jr. They're on.
That's just going to be someone he could play pitch and catch with. They won't have a running game, I don't think.
It's tough.
The best running back that Cardinals organization have had, you can't even say Edgerrin James because he was on his last leg.
Larry Centers?
No, it would have been Otis O.J. Anderson. Shameful that he should be in the Hall of Fame and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
You know what you should do?
He's in the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame, but he's not in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Well, the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame is a little below the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Andy.
Right. And if you look at O.J. Anderson's stats, and he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner, and he's not in the Hall of Fame, something's wrong with that picture.
I don't know what to tell you. Hall of Fame's tough to get into.
And
you know what you should do? You should do your own Hall of Fame.
And I think the man is deceased. At least some of his family members should be able to accept the award for him. They need to do the right thing.
Otis Anderson is living. Maybe we'll get him on the show.
Well, make it happen.
If anyone could, it would be me.
I mean, if it took they just inducted, and it took them 35 years to get him in there.
Well, Steve McMichael took him a long time.
Otis Anderson should have been in way before even some of these guys have been in.
Otis Anderson has 10,000 rushing yards,
2 Super Bowl rings,
81 touchdowns,
and a Super Bowl MVP, I do believe.
1-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he's got a good resume. NFC MVP by the UPI. I wouldn't complain if he went in.
I wouldn't either. He should be in.
I'm with you.
And I bet you if we did a poll question and people called in, they would agree with me.
No one calls.
They need to call.
Well, we got Corleone Young coming up.
Okay.
And we got to take a break.
I bet he would agree with me.
Well, you can ask him.
All right.
I don't know how much of a football fan he is. And I don't know how much of a 1980s football fan he is.
Okay.
That could be a problem. But we'll ask. I'll let you do that.
All right.
Corleone Young, former standout at Wichita East as a basketball player. He's got an event coming up for first responders that we'll talk about coming up next. Stay with us. It's Bob and Jeff on KFH.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show.
To the IHOP hotline, where we are happy to be joined by a former standout at Wichita East High School and a City League basketball legend. His name is Corleone Young. Corleone, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we want to talk about this first responder event that you're putting together coming up this weekend. But first, tell us and tell our listeners what you've been up to over the last couple of years. I know you've been in Wichita. What are you doing? And what have you been up to?
Well, I've just been busy trying to serve, is what I call it, man. The community did so much for me, and so coming back home and having the events that I have, and trying to show as much gratitude to the community and push that for the next generation to show it and to give people their flowers and to honor people that really make the wheels go around. So I felt that this first responders event was ideal for what I've just been wanting to do lately. I've been working with youth and teaching social skills, and I became a Mason and a Shriner in the last 6 years. And so it's just put me in so much more of a position to do so much more for other people. So this event was something that we felt was ideal because the first responders do everything under the sun, from rescuing the cat out the tree to saving lives from fires and different emergencies. So we're inviting all first responders out August 10th to the Midian Shrine Center. That's at 130 North Topeka, Wichita, Kansas, 67210. We will be there from 10:30 to 1:30. Now, what makes this so special, brother, is that for all first responders on duty, we have a drive-through set up. We know they can't sit and stay that long. So I said, you know what? We need to have a drive-through side for the first responders who are all on call. Any first responder that is off that day, that isn't busy, that wants to bring their family and come and enjoy the cookout, we please are asking them to come down and spend the day with us.
That sounds great. Anthony, go ahead.
All right, big man. Corleone, this is Anthony. We go back a long ways.
Man,
we go back a long ways. I was telling.
Yeah, we go back a long
ways. Back when there was an Osco drug sitting on the corner of Central and Hillside.
Central and Hillside. Boy, my grandma used to say, go get me some Tylenol, a bottle of salve, and some and some witch hazel.
Right.
I'm flying down Hillside my freshman year. But, brother, I want to say thank you to you, man.
Man, but
for everything you've ever done for me, man, I really appreciate it.
And Jeff didn't think I would ask this question, but I want to go back some years because you went through the process of coaches clamoring at your door, ringing your phone. Well, I don't think we had cell phones like that, like we do today. But you made the decision to go pro straight out of high school. Now, if you had to do all over again, and I know it's always a mundane or hypothetical question, do you think you would have tried the college experience and go through that whole process of the recruitment going on? Because
let's open the box. Let's do it.
Let's open that box.
Really,
Anthony's a brave man.
Really open that box. I love him. But Anthony, you know what? With today's NIL and with the way that student athletes are able to market themselves, are able to brand themselves, able to almost establish a business within themselves, it's so hard. It's really hard. I know God gave me a direction, and at that time, that was what I felt. But I'm going to tell you this. As a man of the man I just spoke of, I would honestly say whatever was best for my family, because that's what I did it for, man. I did it for my family.
Right.
And I think today I want these kids to really take advantage of these experiences and opportunities they have now to market and capitalize on almost what we could say an amateur career. You get paid now for being an amateur athlete if you have all the tangibles, good grades, marketable, well-respectable, humble in his community. That's why I push community service to all my athletes in my nonprofit I have, because that is what gets you those jobs later on that you really need. They say, hey, tell me about your community service experience your senior year or all your high school year, and you're like, I went to church a couple of times, and we, oh, I did. I helped set out the Easter eggs for the Easter egg hunt that we had. But that is all great. Any service is wonderful. I just want to get our youth to understand that when you help somebody else, you won't believe what's coming your way, and that's what I'm a testament of right now.
Yeah, that's an incredible message. We're talking with Corleone Young. You know him from Wichita East High School and the work he's done throughout this community. So, yeah, where did that come from, Corleone? And why is service to others so important to you? Is that something that was instilled in you as a kid at all? And with the Shriners and with the Masons, what kind of opportunities have you been given?
As a kid, I can remember my mother always telling me, do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Right.
And I really didn't do a good job when I was younger. Sometimes being an athlete, it puts you in this selfish mindset, and it isn't just intentionally. It's because as an athlete, you require so much of everybody's attention, your coaches, your trainers, your teachers, that when you get older, if you really want to help where you just came from, you have to go into service. And my brief experience with depression when I retired is how I started this dialogue with people about, talking about things, especially as athletes, practice is over, leave practice at the gym, even shortcomings, being able to get over those shortcomings. When you help someone and you serve someone, it helps you in those times. So it's just something I was called to do. And the Shriners and the Masons are giving me such a great platform. The Kansas Masonic Foundation and Wichita area Masons is the group that I represent and I work in. We look for all opportunities to just help people, help the youth, especially our youth. But we look in any area of society that may need a helping hand. And so that, man, it moved me to really be more engaged now since I've retired than I kind of was with my community when I was playing. And so it's something that I just wanted to make a job of mine to see where I can honor people in the community, push the excellence and the talents of others, because they will come back to Wichita and they will get jobs in Wichita. That's what keeps our community successful.
And I want to say that the work you're doing is very well appreciated. One of the things like I like to do even with my podcast, I like to ask these young people, the importance of their grade point average and what's the importance of an education. So how do you also emphasize that to the young people, especially, like you say, with all this NIL and all this transfer portal? What's the number one message that you can convey to these young people going to the next level?
Going to the next level, there's a few things. If you give me just a moment, I want to touch on a few.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And one is not more important than the other, so there's no list. But I feel that these in my heart are the things that I really home in on with the youth that I mentor. One is social acceptance and social and environmental awareness, meaning knowing where you are, understanding what the environment needs and what you have to do to function in it. So what does that mean? From a youth, starting from kindergarten and first graders, we teach environmental awareness, how to identify yourself in the community by structures, by buildings, by awareness of area. And then that gets older, and that enhances as you get older. What happens is you identify certain things by area. Secondly is the financial literacy that all youth must have. Financial literacy is so key in today's economics, especially with our youth, because today they can start a business at the drop of a hat with the talent and with social media and with all the different categories of technology that they can use, from STEM, coding. So we push financial literacy. And then lastly, all those social skills, communication, accountability. Discipline comes with attitude and decision-making, positive decision-making.
Mm-hmm.
We push all those social skills, brother. And I think when you home in on all those things together, a future for yourself, meaning where do I see myself? What am I good at? Do I want to go to college? Because right now, I'm pushing early startup for kids that may see trades and different things as an avenue of life. Because we always got to remember, without those tradesmen in the community, we got to wonder who do we call?
Right.
Our plumbers, our electricians, our structural engineers, all those people. So all those things put into one basket. And I know you say, well, that's a lot of things. It's really not. Just when you're a kid, when you're a young person, I tell them dream. Keep dreaming, please. Don't sell yourself short. You don't know just yet. Keep thinking of new things. Keep closing your eyes and seeing yourself somewhere. One day, you will be there. So,
yeah, it's such a good message, Corleone, and we wish we could talk to you all day. We could talk to you all day, but before you go, tell us again about the event on August 10th.
Hey, everybody, please, if you can, listen up. Come out August 10th to the Midian Shrine Center. That's at 130 North Topeka, Wichita, Kansas, 67202. What we're having is the first inaugural, because we're going to do this more than once. This is the First Responders Appreciation Day luncheon. We're going to have a cookout for all first responders, on duty and off duty. Please come down to the Shrine Center. Enjoy the festivities. We're going to have free snow cones, free hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, pop, beverages. We have desserts. We just want to do as much as we can to show appreciation for all our first responders in the Wichita area.
That's awesome, Corleone. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate everything that you do. I'll give my dad your best. Tell him you're doing well, and hope to talk to you again in the near future.
Tell Pops to come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can, just for a little bit.
Will do. Thanks, Corleone.
Hey, thank you, guys. God bless you, and keep spreading the good word, guys.
Thank you. That was good stuff. I enjoyed that. And you did a heck of a job, too, Ant.
Hey,
Ant, as he called you.
I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to do this.
You got it. I think you got it down. Max, it is. It's time to play the game, Anthony. Now you got to be locked in.
Are you ready?
Now you might know all of these. You might know none of these. You might know some of these. I'm going to give you the current or former NBA player. You're going to tell me what country they're from.
That's not fair, but I'm going to be okay. Let's go for it.
You think you can do it?
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Patrick Ewing.
Cambodia.
What?
He's from USA.
He's from Jamaica.
That's what I meant, Jamaica.
He's from Jamaica.
You know what I mean?
What about Pau Gasol?
Greece.
Come on. Now, you're going to struggle. You might not get any of these.
Yeah, I might not get none of these.
He's from Spain, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
He's from Spain. Hakeem Olajuwon?
Oh, he's from Nigeria.
There you go.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
You got it. What about Joel Embiid?
Doom, 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 doom.
That's what it kind of feels like.
Right.
I don't think I would have gotten this one, although I actually, when his name came up, I might have thought of this country, but I don't really remember. Where's Joel Embiid from? Number 1 pick out of the University of Kansas, or 3, or whatever he was.
Oh, my. Where is Joel Embiid? Can I Google search it?
Of course not. He's from Cameroon.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
You weren't going to get that one.
I'm going to get that one.
Where is Manu Ginobili from?
Manu Ginobili. He hadn't played in so long. I forget where he played for San Antonio. I remember that much
He
about
did. He was quite a good player.
Greece.
Why you guess everybody for Greece?
I don't know.
Ginobili. He's Argentinian.
Argentina. Okay.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. Dallas Mavericks.
He does play for the Dallas Mavericks. Where was he born?
Europe.
Yep.
I got that
you want
much
to be
right.
more specific?
No, I'm gonna leave it right there and know I'm at least partially right.
I don't know. I think
Well,
you
you
gotta
said right.
This isn't a continent game. This is a country game. He's from Slovenia.
I wouldn't have got that. I need some callers to come in. That way I can have a lifeline.
What about Dikembe Mutombo?
Dikembe Mutombo. Not in my house.
Where's he from?
He's from Nigeria, too.
He's from the Congo.
Oh, my goodness.
Peja
Can we play?
Stojakovic?
I ain't going to get that one. I'm not going to get that one.
Arvydas Sabonis.
Arvydas Sabonis. Czechoslovakia.
Lithuania. You're not. How about Detlef Schrempf?
It's not like he's from an island.
He's from Germany.
Germany, okay.
Steven Adams.
Max, you know the answer to that question?
Of course he doesn't. You're supposed to.
You're making me look bad
what about
now.
Luol Deng?
Africa.
He's from South Sudan. Haven't you seen all the Olympic stuff about him?
As a matter of fact, he had some issues with some players here recently.
No, he's been paying for the South Sudan's travel and gear and everything that they've needed. That's why they were in the Olympics.
Okay,
all right. Here's the next sort of game that we're going to play.
Oh, let's try
I'm going to
this.
tell you every Olympic sport that I've watched this year. You're going to tell me if you've also watched it.
Okay.
How much Olympics have you watched?
I've watched as much as I could with the time that I have. My wife has watched more of it than I have. She's been watching the gymnastics, volleyball a little bit, I think.
Here are all the sports that I've watched because I don't go to just the big ones. If I'm going to watch the Olympics, I'm going to see stuff I can't normally see. So I've watched archery. Have you watched archery?
No.
No archery?
No.
That stuff's interesting, man. You should watch some archery.
I'll tell you what I was watching.
Years.
It looked like a mix between basketball and field hockey, whatever sport that was.
So you were watching handball?
Is that what it is, handball?
Yeah. Where they run into each other and throw the ball into the net?
Yeah, I watched that. I was like, what?
That's
the
handball. No, they don't have lacrosse in the Olympics. I don't think.
Well, they have trampoline, for God's sake.
Not this year.
You got breakdancing.
Basketball? Have you watched any basketball?
I've watched a little bit, but not as much.
Okay, you've watched a little bit. That's all we need.
Because my timing doesn't coincide with my timing.
It's hard. I get it. Have you watched any cycling? I
saw very little cycling when it was very wet and rainy and the guy almost wiped out.
Did you watch dressage? No.
Dressage.
Diving? Have you watched any diving?
No, I haven't
watched synchronized diving. I love diving. Probably my favorite.
I seen two guys dive in the pool, and that was all I seen of the swimming.
That might be synchronized diving. I want to watch some diving, but I don't know if I'll be home enough. Have you watched any fencing?
I sure haven't watched that.
Oh, it's fun. Gymnastics?
I've seen some gymnastics.
We know you've watched handball.
Right.
Have you watched any canoeing?
No.
Oh, it's good stuff, man.
I mean, I could see people canoeing down the Arkansas River.
Rugby?
Rugby? I think I've seen a clip of rugby.
Okay, that counts. Surfing?
No.
No surfing. I've watched a little.
You mean
It's not interesting. I didn't like it.
They're doing that in
I've seen the beach volleyball.
The South Pacific somewhere.
I've seen a little bit of beach volleyball.
Yeah, I think you're right. Table tennis?
No, I haven't seen that.
Water polo?
Nope.
Really? Volleyball?
I've seen beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, that's on here, and then track and field. I watched the entire women's high jump yesterday.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, huh?
You watch a shot put or any of the hammer throws?
I've seen the shot put.
Canadian guys threw the hammer thing like.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Put the hammer down, huh?
I like seeing where they get turns, 3 turns to get it. That's kind of my thing. The track events. I don't want to see just guy one heat, I want 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the hammer 3 times. If you miss, if you suck, you get another chance.
Right.
That's what life is all about.
Third time
getting
is
3
the charm.
chances at something.
Third time is the charm.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's the first time.
Right.
Sometimes it's the second time. Have you had fun today, Anthony?
I've had fun today.
Well, it's been fun looking at you.
We need to do this more often.
We probably should, and we probably will.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Get some sleep.
Yeah.
Recharge.
That's
what you need tonight.
See, I would be open on Fridays.
And we'll regroup.
All right.
Good stuff today, my friend.
Glad to have it.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Thanks to Brandon Clark and to Jamel Holloperic and to Corleone Young. Good guests today. Bob will be back tomorrow. Got the statue unveiling tonight. We'll talk to you Tuesday. Later.
It's a great day to venture out in a spacious and capable Toyota SUV. Like the new RAV4. With available all-wheel drive, it can go just about anywhere. And with plenty of passenger and cargo space, you'll go from morning carpool to weekend road trip without missing a beat. Plus, with available features like wireless charging and a touchscreen interface, your Toyota RAV4 will keep you connected no matter where you're going. Or check out a spacious Highlander. With seating for up to 8, it's a hub for family adventure. You'll drive in comfort and style with available heated and ventilated seats and all the latest tech. And with available hybrid models, your new Highlander can save you tons on gas. Right now, your local Toyota dealer has more vehicles in stock and is making delivery on new vehicles almost every day. So don't wait. Buy a RAV4 or Highlander today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota. Let's go places.
Trying to figure out what to eat for dinner yet again? With Knorr sides and bouillon as your not-so-secret ingredient, you can skip the drive-thru and do dinner at home. Knorr Taste Combos provide a menu of delicious, affordable, and well-balanced meals that you can prepare in 30 minutes or less. Visit Knorr.com to get quick and easy recipe ideas for your home-cooked weeknight dinners. It's not fast food, but it's so good.